Good morning. Good morning, Long Beach. Okay. It is 6:30 in the morning, 30 minutes behind where I had anticipated. If you saw my video yesterday, I had shared that I was going to get up this morning and go for a walk so that you all can see some of the things that I'm talking about. So right now I'm currently walking through my alley. People are like, what are you doing walking through an alley at 6:30 in the morning? I grew up in Long Beach, y'all. As a little kid, I knew how to walk from the top of West Long Beach all the way downtown Long Beach through alleyways. This is actually the alleyway that I normally take to exit my home on a regular basis. So I just wanted to begin my adventure with some of the things that I see as I exit home. So this is my alleyway. Okay. This is the most recent graffiti. This is the graffiti that was put up the day that I had left home and the walls were clear and came home to graffiti. This building right here is empty building. Someone bought it. It's been well over a year. The new owner is an arsehole. So anyway, just come walk with me. So I can only walk for so long because I got to get a man-child school. Ooh, look, gang graffiti right there on the ground. I'm sorry, I didn't have time to flip the camera. But actually, I am going to walk across the street. So one of the reasons why I wanted to do this walk so early, one, it's hot as fish grease, and I can't handle being hot right now, y'all. But also because I'm going to walk down a part of the street that I normally do not walk down. And so I normally would not walk down, and honestly probably putting myself at danger by doing this. So anyway, here we begin. So this is a corner at the end, on one side of the end of the block. See that? I know it's upside down. I'm not trying to give you all this perfect view. Look how raggedy my streets are. See this? So one of the reasons I'm doing this is because I talked about how I got really irritated yesterday with the city keep promoting this Westside Promise thing. This is another corner. So I just left a corner on that side over there where there's graffiti. I forgot to flip hand up. So this is a street pole, okay? So I just want y'all to see this. This is one of the reasons I'm doing this right now. So I'm walking down this. Oh, look, if I walk into the street, this is what it looks like into the street. I don't know if you guys can see this. So part of this, I really hate showing all of this. The reason why is because I don't in any way want to promote or uplift the element, okay? But this is the only way that I am going to be able to demonstrate to people the crap that is over here and why I'm so irritated specifically with the city of Long Beach, the mayor's office, council office, and their promotion of the Westside Promise. Okay, are y'all ready, folks? All right, so this, I was talking about up and down my block. This is it right here. So the thing about this, and this is why I'm doing this so early right now, because doing this actually could probably put myself in danger. And, you know, I think I'm going to definitely make a call to some folks today. But I want you to see this is also in the street. Now, so it's all in the street here. Okay. So one of the reasons this rarely gets cleaned is because the city will not, well, first of all, I don't know about the streets. I've been asking for these streets. Look how raggedy this is. Look at this. Look at this. Okay? I'm in the middle of the street, y'all. So I'm actually physically, like, I'm very near my own home. But this is what I drive over every time. And I haven't even read all of this. And I won't for right now. But let's go back over to where I was. Okay. This is all on my block. So this is why I get highly upset every time the city of Long Beach keeps putting out its stupid flyers about the Westside Promise. So I live on the west side. I live what has been known as the Lower West Side. Still on my block. Oh, here we go. Like I said, I rarely walk this side of the street, so a lot of this I haven't even seen. It's even on, look, it's on the poles. It's on the trees. Yes, I'm still walking. I haven't even left my block, y'all. My goal is to try to make it to Winchell so I can get me a cup of coffee. That's my goal. I've been making my coffee, so I figured today I'll treat myself with a cup of coffee. But first, I got to get down my block. And but the reason I wanted to do this so early was because of this. Oh, this is lovely. I love this. I love the people who park like this. Oh, here we go. More. There's usually some right here. It's been cleaned up. I always highlight this. So let's see how far up I can get. Hold on. I have my selfie stick, y'all. So let's see how far up I can get. I don't know if people can see that, but those are bullet holes. I can only go so far because I got my headsets in my ear. Those are bullet holes, y'all. Oops, where'd it go? I can't see. Where did it lose? Did I lose it? Oh, uh-oh. Okay, I can't even see myself. Those are bullet holes, y'all. Bullet holes. More. Middle of the intersection. More. Right here on this corner, 2 people have died. Older gentleman was shot, killed, middle of the day, died, was shot right here, died right there. Another person was shot in the alley. He ran down the alley and he collapsed and died right there. So there used to be 2 memorials here on this corner. So I've lived in this neighborhood pretty much my entire life. More graffiti. Oh, let's see. Welcome to the West Side, people. Where the homeowners don't mean crap. So I keep asking, the mayor every time I make a post or whatever, is this my Westside Promise? Oh, so this is what I shared yesterday. This is up close. Oh, Lord, did I step in that poop? So I do not mean to share this in any way to promote or highlight gang activity. I'm actually against that. That's why I try for many, many years. I never showed the actual graffiti in my neighborhood. I would complain about it, but it wasn't until the last couple of years. It's like I have no choice. Folks, are often are concerned about my safety. Well, if you're concerned about my safety, then that's a problem, right? If you're concerned about my safety, what are you going to do about it? So, like I said, I'm doing this because I want people to see the condition of my community, but we have elected officials that continue to talk about the Westside Promise and what they're doing for the West Side. The Westside Promise is a promise to developer. So this right here is a property that has been empty for over a decade now. There was a homeless encampment here. The homeless were living inside of it. Finally, they came and put a fence up. It's actually pretty clean right now because the homeless had actually found a way into the property and they were living in it about a month ago. But some people showed up, cleaned it up, cleared it out. But this is one of the properties that I saw listed on somebody's document. Now, this is the end of my block. And I was told that this was supposed to be some type of distribution. Whoa. Okay, so I'm walking down an alley that I never walked down, okay? Well, as a kid, I used to walk down this alley all the time. As a kid, I'm just going to show you at the end, let me flip. So I started on the block over there. As a kid, I used to walk from that block down there up this alley to go to the liquor store. Like that was the norm. Like there was nothing, that was just the route that we took. I don't walk up this alley. I don't even drive up this alley. But I also want to show, so this is a laundry. So there's usually people hanging out here at the laundry. Some of the old adult compadres. I actually stop and chat with them occasionally. Oh, look, dumping. This is what happens to anywhere there are large trash bins in my neighborhood. People use them to dump their trash. Whoa. Oh, shit. Please tell me I didn't just step in that shit. Oh my God. Okay. I did not step in that shit, thank God. Oh my God, it's everywhere. And I guarantee you it's probably human shit. Okay, so here we go. This is behind the liquor store. So again, as a kid, walking down the alley was nothing. That was like the route that we took. And back in the day as a kid, all these fences that are around, these fences weren't up. And, oh, look, here we go. This looked like this has been here forever. Matter of fact, there used to be a little small, West Division Police Station. So there used to be a little small cinder block fence at the end of this parking lot. It was really short. And there was one on that side, and there was one on that side. It was really short. And the older gentlemen, when I was growing up, well, everybody was old to me back as a kid, they would play dice. And I would walk to the store with my dad, but you were still safe, right? Oh, this is the liquor store. So as a kid growing up, I walked to this store, Anchor Liquor, all the time by myself. Before the West Division Police Station was here, there was Mercado, or there was a market. There was two markets, a laundromat. One market was like an everything type of store. Like I remember my begging my mom for a pair of karate shoes in the store. And the other store was a market where you can go in and you could buy groceries and different things. And the people were really nice. And my dad had a tab at the one with the grocery store. So I'm continuing to walk down Santa Fe. So y'all, I'm trying to get to a cup of coffee. So I may have to take y'all to the coffee shop with me. Actually, I think I'll pause. Will I pause? Or do I want to continue this walk? You know what? I am going to continue. I'm going to get my coffee. I'm going to switch back, but because it'll be a little hard for me to carry the selfie stick because it's ginormous. It's one of those selfie sticks with a little tripod on it. My daughter bought it from me. But I want you to look how nasty the street is. So we talk about Westside Promise, right? Look at this. It's disgusting. So these are empty. There's no actual businesses here. So this is what, again, is like the Lower West Side. So again, we talk about the Westside Promise. Where's my Westside Promise? This is my Westside Promise? Is that my Westside Promise? Ooh, look. Poop. That must be my Westside Promise. So as a kid, again, I've walked these streets before. It hasn't been a while. It's amazing how much shit I'm passing as I walk. I got to really pay attention to the ground so I don't step in any. So someone living in an RV right here. I'm not even going to show that right now. So this is another vacant lot. This lot has been vacant for decades. I don't remember anything here, honestly. What I remember here is a bunch of old cars, but it probably was something, I can't tell you. So this little parklet right here, or easement, a few months ago, myself, my children, came out with a group of volunteers and planted vegetation. My kids and I, we come and water it. What frustrates me, and Jeff Rowe, I believe Jeff is from the north side of town. He was the one that organized the volunteers to come out. But we've been trying our best to keep it clean. What frustrates me is the shit. It's the shit. Aw, look at that. My daughter made that sign. Unfortunately, someone took it down, threw it. We got 4 more that we made. But anyway, this is the little parklet next to a vacant lot, next to a hotel, next to a dental office. Sometimes we get water from the dental office. I have 5-gallon barrels that my kid and I fill up, and we come over and we water. And again, like I said, what frustrates me is the poop that we pick up. And I know it's human poop because normally there's an RV parked right here. There's an RV parked here. Lately there's been 2. So often picking up a lot of trash. So I'm trying to make my way toward coffee, people. So here's one of the RVs coming up. I'll just walk past it. You'll see it as I walk past. So right now I'm heading south on Santa Fe. This is a dentist office. I stepped in there one day because I needed to use their water. Very kind people. Dentist office, barbershop. Not sure if that's actually open. It looks like it might be. Storefront church. And Taco Bell. Do you know this is one of the oldest Taco Bells in ever? Actually, I think this is the oldest Taco Bell that is left. This is one of the original Taco Bells, y'all, like for real. Now, as a kid, it used to have the old style look. I used to love me some Taco Bell, y'all. My nickname as a kid was Taco Baby. Was it Taco Baby? Yeah, it was Taco Baby. I love me some Taco Bell. I don't eat it that often. Now, okay, so Winchell's has been here like forever. This is where I'm going to make my way back to. But one of the reasons I wanted to come out early, I actually wanted to come out before it got as loud as it is right now. So right now I am actually standing on Santa Fe and PCH. Okay? Santa Fe and PCH. And this is a very active look. It is not even 7 o'clock in the morning, y'all. And so imagine what this is gonna look like a good hour from now. Much of the port traffic comes through here, heading that way. It's a very dangerous intersection. We have a gentleman that's looked like he's in his wheelchair that's crossing the street right now. Now I'm gonna walk across this street. I used to walk across this without any fear, any hesitation. Now I'm actually afraid to do so. I am gonna do so because I just want to demonstrate to people what it's like. So we keep talking about the Westside Promise. Where is my safety? Where is my security? Where is, Rex was bragging. Rex, that's Mayor of Long Beach, had met somebody over at the Golden Star, one of the people that they did not make sure how to have a proper EIR. Good morning, veteran. Thank you for your service. So veterans, there's a lot of veterans that you'll see over here, especially disabled veterans, because down that way, as I'm pointing, is Villages at Cabrillo, which is one of the largest housing properties in the state, or in the United States, that houses veterans, military veterans, as well as people transitional living or whatever. So again, I am on the corner of Santa Fe and PCH. I rarely walk down the street, so I'm going to walk a little bit further. I'm kind of pressed for time. I got to get back, make sure my kid's up for school, and I still got to get my coffee. So I'll probably have to do a part 2 tomorrow to go up a little further. But again, still talking about the Westside Promise. So this is a very active, busy gas station. Now, you can't see, but on the other side of the street, somebody decided to approve a gas station on the other side of the street. That gas station, when those trucks roll into it, it is almost impossible to get in and out of the neighborhood. And they idle, and there's apartment buildings right there. So you got idling trucks right next to people where they live, because people are we have leadership in office right now. They don't give a shit about the health and well-being of the people that live here, but they want to slap some fancy name on some shit and call it the Westside Promise. Good morning. So again, I'm just walking, la, 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 la. So again, I rarely walk this far, and I've been wanting to do this, y'all, but this takes a little nerve to do. But again, so the Westside Promise is supposed to extend the entire West Side. So that's like up from Warlow, that is about 2 miles up. Because from here to Willow, it's about a mile. And then from Willow to Warlow, I think it's like another mile. So it's about a 2 mile stretch. It may be a little bit more. And then this direction, I'm pointing, y'all can't even see. This direction is Anaheim. So it's interesting, the Westside Promise, it encompasses all this area, right? There is very little to no residential over here. There's a few apartment buildings here and there. But as far as residential, there's no residential. But what's interesting, the Shoemaker Bridge, which y'all, I have never driven over the Shoemaker Bridge from this side of town to the other side of town, is on this same initiative. I'm still trying to make that make sense. That's going to be a whole nother video, y'all. But again, I just wanted you all to see when the city of Long Beach, when our mayor is propping up the Westside Promise, what he's talking about, or the area in which he's talking about. So even in the survey data that was used, the majority of the survey data that was used for the little report that they had done by some consulting group, it was based off of demographic and information that's on the Santa Fe corridor. Now, since you've been walking with me this little short walk, how much residential have you seen? Here we go, another empty lot. I don't know what used to be here. Now, that building over there, that actually used to house mentally disabled people. The reason I know that is because I had an aunt that lived there. One of my sister's mother lived there. My dad would go and visit her. I believe her name was Esther. Bay Breeze Care. So it's still some type of adult rehabilitation community. So it's still some type of, look at this shit right here. Is this my Westside Promise? This must be my Westside Promise. Now I guarantee you, see that right there? That's not going to get picked up. You know why it's not going to be picked up? Because it has things other than trash. There's probably the same thing here. But look at this shit. More of my Westside Promise. Okay, so I want to attempt to cross Santa Fe. And like I said, I'm really pressed for time. Lord, I still haven't had any coffee. But I'm going to go over there. Again, so walkability. The west side of Long Beach is not the most walkable, especially when you get south of PCH. It's not, because it's an industrial area. Now, if I were to walk, now I'm going to flip. See these RVs? Now, I'm not going to go down the street, ain't got time. This is more of like an industrial area. Back in the day, it was a lot of aerospace companies were over here. My uncle worked for one. My dad worked for a steel mill that made base parts for airplanes. My uncle was on this side of Santa Fe. My dad was on this side of Santa Fe. It used to be thriving when the Navy housing was here. But as you notice, there's RVs. If I were to actually walk through the neighborhood, you would see tons of RVs and homelessness. That's going to have to be an adventure for another day. And I'm going to have to get someone to join me on that adventure. So I'm going to cross Santa Fe. Now, I'm crossing the street, y'all. Thank God these little crosswalky things are here. But let me tell you, they ain't going to save you from no car flying down the street. So walkability and safety does not exist, especially when you get on the Lower West Side. And then again, imagine during the day, it's not 7 a.m. yet, but give it about 30 minutes. This corridor will be nonstop with big rigs. Non-stop. So the visibility and walkability almost comes to a halt. So I was talking about this residential care. Like I said, back in the day when I was a kid, it was residential care. All right. So one thing I have passed quite a few is people living in their cars. Passed quite a few just since I've been walking. Here we go, another vacant lot. Not sure what was here. There was something here at one time. Can't tell you what. Again, I don't normally walk this far down. Actually feeling pretty proud of myself that I actually got out of bed and I'm doing this. But I gotta get back home and make sure my kids getting themselves ready for school. So this was, back in the day, y'all, this right here was the county, ED? This was EDD. Back in the day, this was the EDD building. So there was the Employment Development Department. So back in the day when people were out of a job or whatever, this is where they came. Now it's a storage facility, and it also has office space that is available for rental. It's a pretty nice facility. I did have stuff in there, but they literally kept increasing the price. It got like doubled, and then I realized I needed to pull all my crap out of storage. But fairly nice. I mean, and the people who, I don't know if it's the same ownership, but the people who owned it were really kind. So, Tail Steel, they've been here forever. I don't know what actually they do, but I think it's like, I used to get excited because the name of it was Tail Bill Steel or something, and my dad's name is Bill, so I always got really excited about this building. Anyway, Yes, I'm sharing some of my childhood stories about the West Side. So, again, like growing up, my dad walked everywhere, and I walked everywhere with my dad. Like I said, my dad worked at the end of this corridor. He worked on Hayes, which is like 3 blocks over that way, but at Anaheim, and he actually walked to work from this. We lived on the same street, different property, but lived on the same street. He actually walked to work in the morning. And when he had a car, he would drive home for lunch. All right, so this is Jack in the Box. This was not the original Jack in the Box. The original Jack in the Box, the building is still on PCH, but it was the Jack in the Box that had the little, remember Jack in the Box had it was a Winchell's. Oh no, it's shaped like a box. So the original Jack in the Box is right there. And then farther down, there's another business that used to be a Winchell's. Okay. All right, y'all. Yeah, I'm getting struggling. So I'm going to actually bring this to an end. I'm going to have you guys walk across the street with me 2 more times. So if you look down this way, and I'll have to do is walk another day. Now, there's where my finger is, there's a bunch of big rigs lined up. Usually there's actually RVs there. And I think they were recently cleared out. But whenever the city does that, where do they go, right? Well, I could tell you quite a few RVs have ended up on Santa Fe. I'm not going to be, let me go this way. I'm not going to go up that far today. But if you're just now watching this video, I would really like for you to, when I'm finished, to go to the beginning of the video. Go to the beginning of the video and look at the initial things that I shared in the video. And this is also a reason why every time the city of Long Beach talks about their Westside Promise, I just get irritated to the point of where I'm irate. And yesterday I had just had enough, especially with all the crap that I'm seeing. The Westside Promise is a lie. It's not even a broken promise. It's a lie. It's an outright lie. And our political elect specifically, and I'm going to call it out, the mayor uses it as a photo opportunity. And all of a sudden the West, and I don't know if you guys remember, although I think it was something in his campaign memorabilia when he was running, but when after the whole failed thing of putting a homeless shelter in Silverado Park, all of a sudden we had this Westside Promise initiative. Westsiders didn't ask for that. We just want services to properly be provided. We just want our needs to be met. We want safety. We want security. We want a clean neighborhood. That's what we want. But we don't want some politically charged campaign of people just coming and making up shit. So anyway, I have made it back to Winchell's. I am going to end here, y'all, and give me a cup of coffee and then walk home. If I do see anything interesting between here and home, I will log back on. But again, if you're just now watching this video, please go to the beginning of this video. And I guess tomorrow morning I'm going to have to get up and do a part 2 because I never even made it past my block going north to where Cabrillo High School is. All right, thank you and take care.